The workload in EFSA in general has been increasingly higher during the last 5 years, but particularly in the area of pesticides, where we have to review all the active substances. So it's about several hundred of substances that we have to assess. And in addition to that, we have the contribution to the harmonization of the maximum residues levels, which is a new task on which we are issuing now our first opinions. So yes, indeed, it is a huge work, but we've been lucky in that sense that we have been allocated proper resources to do this work. We are now more than 380 people in EFSA, 60% of them having strong scientific skills. And in the area of pesticides, we are almost 50 people. In addition to that, we are relying on an important network of independent scientific experts, particularly in our plant protection residues panel. There are 21 experts, and they ensure that we are delivering high quality level scientific advice.
And they're independent scientists from around Europe, or is it around the world?
Yes, they're to public health, so protect consumers, and that's what we need to try to continue to communicate, saying this is why we need to have scientific advice to establish these maximum residue levels, because this is the only way to protect consumers. Yeah. I think on the one hand we should say that the quality of and the diversity of our food have probably contributed to the increasing life expectancy we have in Europe. For sure, it's not only about drugs, it's and medical health care. It's also the food, the quality, the diversity of our diet that has contributed. So yes, we can be proud in Europe of the European food safety system that we've built to protect consumers. On the other hand, we cannot be complacent. We need to continue to work because we still have to monitor and be vigilant on the old risk, as we call them, pesticides, food additives, food packaging materials, but also on the new risk, and in particular should mention the fact that our diet is sometimes not that balanced. So these are the kind of new risks, but also new product and new technology, which can bring positive impact to our health, but can also bring some new risks. So that's why we believe that in the future the workload of EFSA will continue to increase. It has been multiplied by 4 in 5 years. This year, compared to last year, it has been multiplied by 2. And we are happy. We have appetite for work because we believe we can really continue to contribute to the protection of public health. I don't think we can remove emotion, and not only in a forum like this, where we have dialogue between, in particular, between industry and the risk managers, the risk assessment bodies, the policy makers, we would say. You have also emotion amongst our consumers. I think we are talking about food, and food has also a social and a cultural dimension that we cannot get rid of, and I think it's better like that. And it is important to realize that when we are talking about food, yes, we want good quality, we want safety, we want also more and more, our consumers, our society wants more and more sustainable food production. So that we have to take into account. So I think that the fact that we've had a lively debate is important here, because it means also that we need to find the right balance between, continuing to increase the safety, the quality of our food, while ensuring at the same time the ability, the capacity of the pesticides industry to deliver substances, products which will help our farmers to against the pest that continues to develop, and at the same time protect the environment. So I think it's important that we have this dialogue. So I welcome all opportunities to discuss with industry, but also with the other stakeholders, because we need, at the beginning of the risk assessment process, to initiate this kind of dialogue, to understand better what are the concerns, the expectation, and to take that into account, not of course in the science itself, but in the way we are working and the way we are communicating, so that we are better understood and we are more meaningful in our work. Maybe I can just highlight the fact that our activities in relation with pesticides has constantly been increasing during the last 5 years. And we thought maybe, after the second, the third and the fourth stage, that would be more quiet. And this is not what's going to happen. And I don't think that the reason is that because we have more and more risk to face, but it's that because we are putting in place also regulation so that we continue to improve the solidity, the robustness of the science that underpins EU regulation. And I believe this is a positive contribution to consumers' protection.